Welcome, Wapham crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, whoever may be listening beyond the omniverse tonight. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. This Saturday, May 4th, may the 4th be with you. Sunday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. And thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Yeah, I couldn't get my beats to connect to my computer, so man, I was frantically trying to get something to work. These earbuds right here only last for so long, so I'm hoping that between hours I can charge it and it won't turn the sound off. I don't know. And I haven't figured out how to turn my beats on. One of my JLab earbuds excuse me, got lost, so I don't know where the heck that thing is. So unfortunately, Psychic Chris Garcia was not able to be on the show this evening. We rescheduled him for the 18th, which is Armed Forces Day. So we'll be having him on then. Hopefully everything's going all right with him. Not sure what exactly is going on there, but hey, we got each other. Let's do this. So I'm your host, TessaTNT. We are broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse. I'm so grateful you could join us this evening. Yeah, if you want to listen to us live, you can listen to us at KPNL Radio, which you can find on KPNL Radio at kpnl-db.com. You can also find us live on eTalk Radio, which you can find at etalk.tv/radio, as well as Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you don't mind going on over to our YouTube, mosey on over there, give that like button a little flip, and please subscribe if you're into any of the topics that we talk about. I was trying to figure out what to do since Chris wasn't going to be here this evening, and it was either story time. I have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was thinking about doing that, and then there's also creepy TikToks, which I really enjoy. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? A lot of this is really up to you guys as well. So let me panel this music down. It was called The Creeper. We like to use that for story time. But I like to have that as background noise too, just to make sure everything's working, everything's bouncing, looking good, looking good. All right, I'm going to have to switch things over here as well. That way, everyone can hear the TikToks. If there's any issues, you guys, please just let me know. And let's get on into it as far as sharing some creepy TikToks. So let me go ahead and get to my share screen. Oh man, yeah, I really hope these earbuds don't let me down. Don't let me down, earbuds. All right, present. And I really do wish these were a little bigger. Okay, so creepy TikToks, true story. We're going to start with that. Then during the break, I'm going to try to pull up some other ones that I've really been thinking about doing. Sorry, I didn't have time to do that because I was trying to get the sound to work. It's crazy, the soundboard won't work unless you have earphones or earbuds hooked up to it. So let's go ahead and see what we got here.
One of the scariest true stories I've ever heard. Back on October 17, 1941, police found the lifeless body of 73-year-old Philip Peters inside his Denver, Colorado home. He'd been bludgeoned with an iron rod. Strangely, all the doors and windows in the house were locked and there were no signs of forced entry. While this was going on, Peters' wife had been in a hospital recuperating from a broken to her now empty house along with a housekeeper to help care for her. Over time, both women became increasingly terrified as they began to hear strange noises throughout the house in the middle of the night. Eventually, the housekeeper quit because she was convinced the house was haunted. Mrs. Peters abandoned the house as well. She moved in with her son in western Colorado. This left the house. Over time, neighbors strange things can occurrence and sometimes lights. Police staked the home out. Then on July 30th, 1942, one of them noticed some movement inside the house. They burst in and ran upstairs to the attic just in time to see a pair of skinny legs sliding inside a tiny trapdoor. Police reached in and dragged out a skeletally thin homeless man named Theodore Edward Conies. The 59-year-old Canadian immigrant had broken into the house weeks earlier and found a tiny trapdoor in the attic that would have been too narrow for any normal-sized man, but not for someone as scrawny as he was. Conies had been living inside Mr. and Mrs. Peters. That is until one night when Mr. Peters caught him downstairs stealing food from the fridge. After that, an altercation ensued, and Conies beat the life out of the old man. Conies' narrow stature, that the press dubbed him the Denver Spider-Man. So the next time you hear a strange noise inside your house, you might want to check to make sure you really are truly alone. One of the scariest true stories I've ever heard. Back on October 17th, 1941, police found the lifeless body of...
Is it true? I do not know.
There was a girl who couldn't leave her room every October 10th of the year.
Why October 10th?
This is why. So the mom, whenever the date came, she would mark it on the calendar. She would circle it, she would highlight it, make sure that her kid was in her room with no windows and stuff.
Yeah.
She never told her kid why, right? And whenever she had school on that day, or if she had to do something else that day, she's like, nope, you're not allowed to leave the house. So every year, both of them would, on October 10th, they would lock themselves in a room with no windows, right? And every year, fam, you would hear someone ring the doorbell on the house.
Yeah.
Right? But the mom obviously is with the child. So she's like, no, we're staying in this room, we're staying in this room. And as soon as midnight hits and October 11th comes,
Yeah.
the knocking, the ringing of the doorbell disappears.
Well, why that day? Like what?
Exactly. Trust me, it's building up. It's building up. So one day, there was a girl who couldn't leave her room every October 10th of the year.
Why October 10th?
Creepy. All right. Let's see what this one is. I'm going to pause it really quick if I can.
So this happened when I was 20 years old. I'm 22.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, Interesting Stories 89 is who this is by. I want to give credit where credit's due.
Now, so it's not that long ago. While in college, I was a babysitter during the week for a family, and sometimes I would nanny for this other, wealthier family on the weekends. They would go away often on the weekends and leave their 2 kids, so I would stay at the house for the weekend with the kids. They had a whole dedicated guest bedroom just for me, and the family was super nice, so it was honestly great while it lasted. It happened in the fall. The leaves were all falling and it was chilly outside. I had gotten to the house Friday, and Friday night went completely fine. I just played with the 2 kids, who I'll nickname James and Jessica. James was 7, Jessica was 5. They were both cute and well behaved. Their bedtimes were Jessica and 8:30 for James. During the day I'd play with each of them with their toys. The family had 2 dedicated rooms for their toys, one for Jess, one for James. Jessica loved her dolls and dollhouses. I spent a lot of time playing with her. James loved playing his video games, so I'd watch him play. These kids really had everything, and the house was gorgeous. It was a giant property with a big pond in the middle. It had a separate 3-car garage, and then a pool with a pool house across the pond, which was also a bar and rec room, with a pool table and darts, arcade games, and a giant TV and multiple sofas. This family was so well off and over the top that they even had an intercom that connected from the pool house to the actual house, so that if you press a button on the wall in either place, it would ring and then you could talk through it. The pool house also had a giant window that overlooked the pond and had a view of the house. So after the kids went to bed, I was free to do as I pleased for the night. It was great. I wasn't supposed to have friends over though. That was a rule I respected. I would just FaceTime my friends and watch movies in the pool house to pass the time. It was not a bad place to have free time in, I'll tell you that. I started getting hungry, so I walked to the house, entered the code to let myself in, and went to the kitchen. They had so many snacks and food that I was allowed to help myself to. I grabbed a frozen snack from the freezer and threw it in the microwave. And when I was done, I went back across the property to the pool house. I liked hanging out in there more because I could be louder on the phone and have the TV as loud as I want without waking the kids. I was on the couch eating, watching the movie White Chicks, while texting a bunch of my friends. I was just in the middle of telling my friends how great of a gig this was, when the intercom beeper gave me a heart attack. I went to go press the answer button, and I heard Jessica's voice on the other end, saying she's scared because she keeps hearing noises. Usually she'd sleep through the night, so I'd have to go tuck her back in. I set my food down and ran back across the yard to the house. I entered through the door with the code lock again and went to Jess's room. She must have ran straight back to her bed after we got off the intercom, because she was already back in her bed all scared. I went to tickle her and tuck her in, just so she wouldn't be scared anymore. When she felt better, I left her room, shut the door, and walked down the hall back to the kitchen to grab some wine. As I was looking for a wine opener, I heard the ever so lightest crack in the wood floor from another room. I froze and looked in that direction, instinctively waiting for a second sound. I didn't want to start freaking myself out now. I didn't want Jessica saying she's hearing noises to get in my head. I was thinking it was a regular house settling noise. I admit I was a little creeped out now, but I left the lights and TV on in the pool house, so I had to go back. I went outside, locked the door with the code, and ran across to the pool house. I sat back down on the couch and resumed eating the rest of my food. I didn't end up bringing the wine. I still had White Chicks on, though I was mostly just getting distracted on my phone. And that damn intercom went off again, making me jump in my seat. I hurried to answer it, and when I did, there was silence on the other end. "Jessica," I said into the mic. I thought for sure I heard someone breathing, but that's all I could hear.
All I know is they need to find a new babysitter for sure.
I said both Jessica and James' names at least 3 times each. Now I was actually starting to become terrified. I called my friend Kelsey and told her I want her to come here because I'm actually getting really scared. I told her that the little girl I'm watching said that she was hearing noises, and then I heard a noise, and now someone pressed the intercom button but didn't say anything. I felt like it was not something one of the kids would do. I was still on the phone with Kelsey, who was telling me to stop being paranoid, but she also sounded drunk. I was looking out the window to the house the whole time I was on the phone with her. The hallway lights turned on. I told Kelsey this, and any ounce of possibility that it was one of the kids disappeared when a large figure stepped into... So this happened when I was 20 years...
Oh, heck no. Alright, so this one... Haunted TikToks, proving that my house is haunted.
Is your stuff working?
Oh, I believe so. Let me look.
Check the Wi-Fi. Is there any lag?
Hold on. It's really small. Don't be resetting it or anything. Okay, it's getting bigger.
Mine's not.
I'm sorry, boy. Are you on the computer? I don't know.
I'm trying to do that.
This is Tristan. Hit record.
Sorry, boy.
Alright.
I'll have to get a hold of them later.
Ooh.
Century stink. Yes.
I was just seeing if I could reset it.
No.
Turn it up.
What time is it?
Play your footage. Stop. Play it live.
7:17.
So 30 minutes ago, I would have been able to reset it.
Yep. That's not real. I hate when they do jump scare. I don't know if it scared you, but and I'm pretty sure I've seen that one before too.
The man.
This is okay. Before we go on with this one, this is the Paranormal Files. This fella here is Colin Brown, spelled with an E-N. But yeah, This guy here is very disturbing. I've heard this story before.
In this photo is one of the worst sexual offenders in the history of Ohio. This man's name was Brian Peppers. For years, this photograph circulated on the internet attached to his story of sexual abuse, and nobody believed that it was real. But some fact-checking was eventually done, and yes, Brian Peppers was a real man with a real peppered past. So Brian was born with something called Cruzon syndrome. And when Brian was younger, he was bullied incessantly by people in his school. So as Brian grew older over the years, his body quickly began to grow weaker, and eventually his mental health deteriorated to such a point that he had to be checked into a nursing home. But it was in the year 1998 when Brian was arrested and convicted of molesting somebody. According to the report, he actually sexually abused the nurse that was taking care of him in the nursing home. Brian was then removed from the nursing home. He spent 30 days in jail, and he was on probation for 5 years. After this incident, Brian was on the sex offenders registry in Ohio up until his death. When he died, Brian Peppers was only 4 foot 1 inches tall, and he passed away on February 7th, 2012, which, eerily enough, is the day that I'm posting this TikTok, and I didn't even realize it until I read that just now. The man in this photo is one of the worst sexual offenders in the history of Ohio. This man's...
I would say, man, this internet stuff with Century Stink is really getting irritating. I need to call them back again. I called them on the 27th. And then they sent me a thing for new service. I don't need new service. I need a new router.
These are the most disturbing torture devices I saw at the Torture Museum in Amsterdam. This device is called the garrote. And again, when I first saw it, it really didn't seem that bad. But then I found out why it's actually been called the harshest execution method of all time. The garrote was used during medieval times, and even later all around the world for punishment, execution, and even as a tool for assassinations. The most recent case I found happened less than 50 years ago in Spain. So how does this device work? The victim is held in place by a collar that's made of iron here but can also be made with wires. It's then tightened all the way, the spike piercing through the victim, supposedly crushing their brainstem. But it didn't always work, because the spike would often miss the brainstem, so it would just be buried in the victim's head until they passed, which allegedly could take over 15 minutes. But we're not done, because there's just a few more torture devices. Spike piercing through the victim, supposedly crushing their brainstem. But it didn't always work, because the spike would often miss the brainstem, so it would just be buried in the victim's head until they passed, which allegedly could take over 15 minutes. But we're not done, because there's just a few more torture devices I saw in this museum, so follow to hear all their backstories. These are the most disturbing torture devices I saw at the Torture Museum in Amsterdam.
I would say, and they have all kinds, and I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's because back in the day there really wasn't that much to do, and so people had a lot of time to think of how to torture people, and they came up with some very scary yet very interesting ways of doing things. I don't know, pretty kooky. All right, let's see. Sebastian K22.
This is one of the worst cases in human history. This is the murder of Christine Siluan. She was from the Philippines and was a volunteer in church, and she used the church every day from 4 to 6 p.m. On the day of her murder, she went to church as per her schedule, but she didn't come home after that. Her parents then started to worry, and they began searching for her with their neighbors. And what they found is absolutely horrid. They found her body in a farm where half her face was sliced like a piece of pizza, and her face was literally skinned down to her skull. Also, her brain was completely destroyed by acid. The police then started investigating, and they checked the cameras and found out that she was with a guy. The people started protesting about this case, and the case was then given to special officers on this.
Oh,
A week before this
Once you get
happened,
it out,
she
it'll
broke
feel
up with
better.
her boyfriend, so the police took him into
About
custody.
37
And
minutes
he was
before
proving
coming
that
out,
he
so-
was at home all day when she was murdered, but officers were completely tired of this
I'll be back.
case, and they then sentenced him as the murderer. But after a few months, a thief was caught in a store where he confessed that he murdered and raped Christine. He said he started talking to her on Facebook with a fake account and was using fake photos of another guy that was pretty good looking. Christine fell for the guy, and she assumed that he was about 20 years old, and they started texting daily. One day, they both decided to meet up at 6 p.m. near the church she went to. But upon arriving, Christine noticed that this was not the guy she was talking to, and he was around 40-ish years old. She then refused to talk to him and tried to go back, but he held her hands extremely forcefully. He then took her far away from town and raped her repeatedly and put iron rods inside her personal organs.
Oh no.
He then cut her face in half and then skinned her whole head down to the skull. And to make it even worse, he put acid inside of her head. The autopsy also revealed that her tongue, trachea, esophagus, parts of her neck. The self-proclaimed killer of this case, named Renato Lanis, said that he used barber-type scissors and stabbed her 30 times on different parts of her body and skinned her face. Christine Silouan was only 16 years old, and this case is extremely haunting. There's a picture of her body that was found in the field, but Google did a really good job of not showing it and hiding it. So even if you do go looking for the picture, I don't think you're going to find it. This is one of those cases that after you get done reading it, you just feel some sort of uneasiness. I feel so bad for Christine's family, and I can't imagine finding my daughter in this state. May Christine Silouan rest in peace. This is one of the
Definitely rest in peace. That's so tragic. Heart starts. Let me see who this is.
This is maybe the scariest urban legend I've ever
Heart starts pounding is this TikTok channel.
heard, and it ended up being true. Back in the 1970s, there was this terrifying fun house in Long Beach, California called The Laugh in the Dark. And there was always this urban legend that all the mannequins inside were fake, except for one. Also, mind you, this is what this week's episode is about, so if you don't want spoilers, just listen to the episode. This urban legend came to be because there was one mannequin inside that just looked wrong. All of the other ones looked fake, but this one in particular looked way too human. And a bunch of the kids also said the area that the mannequin was in just smelled really, really bad. So a few
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
years go by, and one day a film crew comes in and is using Laugh in the Dark for a film set. The director's lining up a shot, and he just doesn't like the way this one mannequin looks in frame. So he goes over to a crew member and he's like, hey, can you just move this out of the shot? So the crew member goes over and starts moving the mannequin when its arm pops off. And inside of the mannequin's arm is human bone. The kids had been totally right. The mannequin was a mummified body. There's so much more to this story, like who the person was and how they got there, and I talk about the whole thing this week on the episode. This is maybe
That's Gwody. Creepy things found in the woods. This is by Haunted TikTok. Okay, so the last one we saw that had the little eye with the slash through it. Are you sure you want to watch this? Yeah, so hopefully this isn't another jump scare fake video. Let's check it out and see what's up. Let's watch it anyways. Haunted TikToker.
Fucking excuse me? Beware of bear? The fuck, Richard? Well, I found the fucking bear right as I was delivering the package. Just trying to get it in the video now, but...
Hey guys, you wanna go scare it?
Oh no, not me!
There's somebody watching you on the back.
What?
Where?
Creepy. Oh, peeking out from the tree. I see it.
Oh my
It just
god.
moved.
Oh my god.
Alright, going random hunting. And it took us to this shady park in the middle of nowhere, so let's see what we find. All we see so far is like trees, a bridge. I think we have to go over this bridge, and our location's a little down there. What the fuck?
I am. I don't think this one's real either, but it's really creepy.
Should we keep going? What the fuck? Oh my god, is she following us?
See? Do you think that's real? I don't think so. Nice try, though. Nice try. They found my uncle dead in the woods type-ish. All right, let's see who this is. All right, so this is by unnoticed.pc. The Unnoticed Podcast. A lot of crazy stuff be happening in Mexico.
So this story
Tell you
happened
what.
in Mexico, and it actually happened to my uncle. They found my uncle dead in like the woods.
Oh, okay.
What happened was that he used to get drunk a lot. He would always go with my other uncles and stuff. They would walk from like spot to spot or whatever, right? They were saying that they literally saw a beautiful woman, telling them to follow her. Well, like spooked them out as they literally saw that she was floating, so they dipped. So this one time, I think he went by himself to go drink, to go do what he regularly does, but he never came back home. So they went looking for him, and then they said that they found him like out in the campo type shit, like just laying on the floor.
He had no injuries on him?
Nah, nothing, bro, nothing. They said that he died from regular causes, but why would he be just laying there on the floor? And they're saying that maybe he saw it again, but this time he actually followed her. So this story happened.
What? I don't know. Ooh, scary tribes in the Amazon. Ooh, creepy. Okay, so this is by Podcast Clips 9.
If you're ever camping alone in the forest, which is something that I started doing when I was young there, if you ever hear animal sounds that are not quite right at night, you get up and leave. Because if they're getting close to you and they don't want you to hear human sounds, they'll start communicating in animal voices. And so, yeah, there's a few guys that were out there, and they started hearing like sounds that were just a little bit off. You know, you hear like a laughing falcon sound, and then he heard the capuchins from different areas, and usually capuchin monkeys are going to be all together in one spot. And he heard it from different directions, and he was just like, he said he climbed into the river and crawled like a turtle out of that. He said he went for hours and just to escape. If you're ever camping.
Yeah, whatever you got to do to survive. Oh my gosh, Disneyland, come on. There's so many crazy weird things going on there, and did you know the creator didn't even like kids? He really didn't. Walt Disney wasn't really a fan of kids. Also, did you know that in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, they have real skeletons? And there's also been like missing persons cases. There's crazy back rooms and hallways and underground stuff, etc. And where are these people going?
There is a secret about Disneyland the company doesn't want you to know. If you rode the Pirates of the Caribbean ride back in the 1960s, you would be impressed with how realistic the skeletons looked. That's because when this ride opened at Disneyland, all of the skeletons on the attraction were
another funny thing, which is just a personal family thing, is my eldest daughter, who's now 24, when she was younger, she'd call it Pirates of the Scary Bean. Pirates of the Scary Bean.
There is a secret about Disneyland the company doesn't want you to know. If you rode the Pirates of the Caribbean ride back in the 1960s, you would be impressed with how realistic the skeletons looked. That's because when this ride opened at Disneyland, all of the skeletons on the attraction were actual human bones. They tried to install fake skeletons, but Walt Disney thought they looked too fake. So instead, they worked with the medical center at UCLA to get their hands on the real thing. Today, Disneyland says that there are no longer any human remains on the ride, but some people are unconvinced. The bed chamber skull seems to have the most speculation around it. Insiders confirmed that it was in fact real, and others have said that this skull, in particular, was donated by a former employee.
Oh wow, must have really liked their job if they want to stay there. Yeah, I don't know if I believe them that they took all the skeletons out, but I'd really like to go through there when Captain Jack Sparrow, aka Johnny Depp, was there impersonating the robot, or whatever they call it, animatronic. That'd be interesting. Okay, so let's see who this is. The Real Blizzy. All right, let's go.
Remember how I be telling y'all, if you hear somebody knocking on your door, or you hear somebody's voice but no one is home, never open the door? Scary story time. And this story this time is actually not my dad's story, it's my friend's story. She's also Haitian, and she wanted to share her story with you guys. So when her family was supposed to come to this country, coming from Haiti, they kept it a secret. And this is actually a common thing because even with me too, when I was coming, it was an absolute secret. Nobody knew. Me, my dad, and my grandma, and my uncle. And my uncle was a pastor. Well, is a pastor. But the reason for that is people are jealous. And people will do anything to stop you from where you need to be. When they see you prospering and it's not them, I've seen it happen so many times in Haiti. Anyway, so that was the case for her and her family. At the time, it was her and her brother. And when I tell y'all, it was an absolute secret. Nobody knew they were coming to America but the people living in their house. It was literally top secret, which is why it was shocking to her mom when she got a phone call from a church member. Mind y'all, they weren't even that close. Like that church member, it's not like they were like best friends. It was just somebody they went to church with, and she actually lived very far too. Now, there was this lady that they knew that everybody knew was a lugau, but it wasn't their business, you feel me? Like that's the lady's problem.
Said logo, but I think it's Rougarou is what she was saying. I'm not sure.
That's her. She do her. Anyway, so the mom gets a phone call from the church member, and the church member tells her mom, I had a dream, and I know that you guys are leaving. You guys are going to America. The lady that's a lugau does not like that, and she has something planned for y'all so that it does not happen. Mind y'all, they don't even know how the lugau lady found out that they're leaving, but I mean, the church member tells her from her dream that she was told to tell her mom these instructions. First one is, of course, make sure that nobody else is out. The second one was there was this uniform they used to wear to church for Saturday services. She tells them to keep that uniform and all of their clothes that they're going to wear until the day that they leave, and make sure that nobody touches those clothes. And the last thing that she told her to do was that the car that was supposed to transport them to the airport, change it. Absolutely change it. So they did all of that. They prayed, they followed directions and stuff like that, and everything worked out well. They got here thinking it was over, but woo, was it far from over. Remember how I be telling y'all, if you hear...
Wonder what happened. Speaking of church, okay, so as this is happening, 7 minutes ago, I got a message from the missionaries, and they're saying, we just wanted to remind you about church tomorrow. We'd love to see you and your family there. I'm well aware that there's church tomorrow. The only issue is, family issues with my sister passing and stuff, and then also, being an insomniac, like my bedtime being 4, 5, or 6, it just depends. Like yesterday, did not go to sleep until about 6:30. Even taking like sleep supplements, etc. So I don't know. Really working on that. It's not that I don't want my kids to go or I don't want to go. It's just getting up to go to church by 9. When you go to sleep like 2.5, 3 hours before that is really hard. So, yeah, I'm going to have to message them back and be like, what? Really? Church is tomorrow? I had no idea. I miss being in a larger town. So I love being in this small town of Bayfield because everything's just right down the road and everybody knows everybody. And it's just a really great community. The only thing I miss about being in a larger town is there's different wards. So you could go at later times, depending on where you lived. But as a teenager, I would go at the later times because of my sleep issues. And I'm pretty sure it stems from my paranormal issues as a kid, seeing these paranormal things, waiting and expecting these things to happen. But yeah, I'm going to have to send them a little kind of sarcastic message and LOL and let them know what the issue is and that we're really trying. At least I take the kids to activities on Wednesdays, but maybe they could work with me and set the time a little later. All right. Anyways. So this is Colin Brown again with the Paranormal Files. And if you haven't watched his show, it's pretty good. I love the fact that he and his mom and Papa Spooks, they all work together. His wife, before she was his wife, used to work with them too. Recently, it's been her brother working with him. But they make a really good team, and I really love watching them. Pretty interesting.
Polygamy is big in the black community. What is going on in my building? Why does it sound like gunshots in the building? Go in the room.
In November of 2017, this woman, Tamika Baxter, was live streaming on Facebook. It was about 2:30 in the morning. She was talking to some people on live when she heard what sounded like gunshots echoing from the hallway in her apartment complex. In the rest of the video, which I'm going to show at the end of this TikTok, she went to investigate the scene and saw a man lying on the ground and heard a woman screaming for help and to dial 911. As it turns out, the victim that evening who did indeed die was 18-year-old Jashin Patton. Jashin was a promising athlete from the Philadelphia area. He had really great sports stats, he was a rising star, and after his death, people claimed that he just had that it factor. He was going to be somebody big. But on that evening, Jashin had just found out that he was getting accepted into a good college, and his relative's boyfriend, and another woman were celebrating him with beer. There were also 2 young children in the apartment when all this went down. At one point in the evening, though, tensions began to rise in the apartment, and like I said, at around 2:30 a.m., gunshots rang out. Those gunshots were fired by this man, 30-year-old Derek L. Butler, who was later arrested for the murder of Jashin Patton.
What a jerk. Maybe he didn't have a future, but this kid did. Like, he got accepted to a good college and everything. This guy ruined everything. For what? Probably ego.
Eventually, Derek was arrested. Like I said before, he had initially fled the scene and he was actually on the run for a while, but at one point in 2019, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison, possibly more, for the murder of Jashin. So I'm going to play you the clip from the rest of this live stream now. It's pretty disturbing, so I'm going to warn you in advance.
Come here. Go in the room. Please, go in the room. Please. What the was that? Yo! Is my neighbor's fighting?
So freaking sad.
It's gunshots in my building. That's my neighbors, y'all. I think the music is up and I think they're fighting. Oh my God, they're fighting in there. Should I knock on the door?
No! Call 911.
Oh my God, they're fighting. Oh my God, they're fighting.
Yeah, get off your stream, call 911. Come on. Yeah.
Call 911. He's saying call 911.
Do it.
Topic of polygamy.
See, and that's just ridiculous. Like, people these days, like a whole group even will sit there with their cell phones and just film something happening just for clout or for likes or whatever. Oh, I want to go viral. Help that person. How would you feel if you were the one in that situation? Ugh, that just gives me chills. Sorry, guys, but it's redonkulous. Freaking people these days, seriously. All right. True crime nos? True criminus? Crime nos? I don't know. Charlie, true crime. All right, let's see what she has to say.
The child who was missing since 2019 has been found alive under a staircase. 4-year-old Paisley Schultes was removed from custody of her biological parents along with her sister. Although it's not been revealed as to why, her parents Kim Cooper and Kirk Schultes were no longer legally allowed to look after the girls. In July 2019, Paisley vanished from her family home while her older sister was at school. She'd been living near Ithaca, New York. Although police strongly suspected her biological parents, they had absolutely no proof. Police were actually able to search the parents' property. They denied having anything to do with this, and the police could not find the girl inside the house. Years later, however, in 2022, police received a tip-off that the little girl may be in the house after all. Although at first it seemed that nothing was off about the property, after about an hour, one of the detectives realized something odd about the stairs. Acting on gut instinct, they looked a little closer and eventually found a small hiding place. When they were able to get a little closer, they found Paisley hiding in the small space. The couple were charged with custodial interference and endangering the welfare of a child.
So I'm wondering, was she hiding or was she like Harry Potter and put there? I don't know. If I was a little girl her age, I don't think I'd be hiding there for that long. You know, you get hungry, you miss playing with your sibling, etc. Like, what the heck is going on with that? Time to move out. Onto TikTok. We've seen several videos from these peeps, so I'm gonna have to give them a follow. Oh, I've seen this one. So creepy. Look in that little side panel. You'll see it move. See?
What the fuck?
Dogs are just over there checking it out.
I'm scared to open my door.
Come here. Come here. That's a mimic. Come here. Don't. Ugh. No. No.
The reason I had to move out of my flat.
Oh my gosh. No.
I was home alone.
Ew. This somewhere where it won't get lost. Feel better now? All right. It's already grown in too. One of the other ones. Do not open the door, whatever you do. No, do not open the door. Mm-mm.
Gabe, it's your mother.
No, it's not.
Then what's your name then?
I already said your mother. Jeez. That is so bad. Okay. I kind of want to go. Rule number 1. Okay, so if you hear a mimic, you hear your own voice, do not go or respond to that voice. If something's knocking at your door, do not open that door, no matter how tempted you are. Even if it like bugs you to the extent you feel like the only way to make it stop is to open the door, don't freaking do it. Because that is just allowing things to come in. Ugh, they do random things like that just to trick you. Sorry, guys. Century Stink. Oh my gosh. Century Stink has really been messing up lately. Oh, irritating. I feel so bad because, like, not only is it messing up for me, it's messing up for you guys. Hopefully, we can find a way back to where we were. Our community guidelines to help TikTok. Look at this big screen. What the heck is that? What is going on?
May have seen that you may not know the real life story behind it. This girl disappeared and then a few months later her friend disappeared. And it's just as upsetting, so viewer discretion advised. Ashley Pond was a popular 12-year-old girl who left to walk to the bus stop on January 2002.
So sad.
When she didn't return home, her mom realized that she'd never even gotten to school that day. People weren't sure if Ashley's disappearance was related to foul runaway because a few months earlier she'd accused her friend's dad to touch her at a sleepover. And because people suck, she was basically called a drama queen and not taken seriously. Her friend on the dance team, Miranda Gaddis, got heavily involved in the search. And their dance team even organized fundraisers. But on March 8th of that same year, Miranda then went missing while walking to the bus stop. And this was the same bus stop, so people quickly realized that there was a president and he probably lived in the same neighborhood. And the house nearest to the bus stop was owned by Ward Weaver. His daughter went to school with the girls, and remember when I said Ashley was the subject of gossip? Well, Ward Weaver was the man she accused. For the disappearance, this man dug a hole in his yard and covered it with concrete. Confident that he even invited the media in to see that the girls weren't there. This neighborhood nice guy was exposed as a predator on August 13th. A friend called 911. When Walter and Love called 911. But Miranda and Ashley were still missing. While he was in on his son's girlfriend, the landlord came to visit his property. When the landlord looked up, he saw 5 strips completely covered with flies. And knowing that there were 2 missing girls in the neighborhood, the landlord realized he just found them. This is a long story and will be in part 2.
That is so sad. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Jen. Have a good time. Or good job working on caretaker or caretaker. Same thing. I too. But it's really part like 14 hours a week. Feels like longer. And then I also do security, but good job, sis. Lydia, I was just saying, I was just thinking about you the other day because I remember you coming in and I was wearing my dress that I was inspired, but yeah, I was wearing that outfit. So it's funny, like it kept head. So thank you, Lydia, for comments. I really appreciate it. Anthony, good to see you. Good to see you. So since we got the boot, because sync really sucks, I'm very tempted because now Bayfield has fiber optic cable. So this is high-speed internet. Way better than Century Stink. Seriously. So very tempted to go there because I've been having issue after issue with Century Stink. Then I called to ask for new routes. Something saying, I already have service. I just need, so yeah, I'm going to have to get a hold of those guys tomorrow. Anthony just poked me. So I'm thinking, you guys, but I'm thinking it's time for a music break. So on this break, we have one of my most favorite peeps. We have a beautiful, lovely, talented Miss Mia Savage with her group, her creation, and Savage. Just check her out on Instagram or just put it in Google and see. She's got so many such good music. I really love and enjoy it. Our new reality, Lemurian Crypto. Let me be your home and your skeleton. You guys don't go right back after this music break.
bullshit that he brings anymore. You're mine. You're mine. In a sea of broken hearts, won't let you fall apart. We'll make a brand new start when you're coming back.
guys, let's get back into the swing of things. I'm pretty surprised because even my Twitcher has abandoned me. He's abandoned me in the head. Oh no. Anyways, back to TikTok. What do you think? I'm down. You down? Let's go. So that must not have been Sido hangs in there full fledged through the whole thing. So we lost our, and now we're back, and we're gonna do some real world conspiracies. I really hate when people call it conspiracy theory. A lot of these things are really happening. A lot of things that considered conspiracies are now known to have happened or to be. This light is kind of bright. Let's turn it down a bit. How's that? Is it better? So yeah, let's check it out. Want to talk about it? Like the heat? Here we go. So this one is by Lexa G Trad M7. Yes, Enigma. All right, let's see what this guy has to share, shall we? Go back over here and change my screen up a smidge. Let's do this one. Right, all right.
Area 51 was actually the gateway to the real world, and we were all inside out even knowing it. This idea might seem ludicrous. It's been increasingly discussed within online conspiracy communities. 9 months ago, a peculiar message emerged on an obscure internet forum, capturing my attention despite its relative invisibility in space. This message were even more unsettling, triggering a cascade of theories, sometimes whimsical. Often, comments suggested that Area 51 was not simply a secret case, but indeed the veil between our perceived reality and the outside world. They are as numerous as they are fanciful, but they all pose one crucial: what if our reality is this? For 4 months, I dove headfirst into the dark and often perplexing universe of conspiracy, sifting through the most popular hypotheses and developing my own theories. In-depth research was conducted, and data was gathered, lists were consulted, and finally a possible explanation emerged, an explanation that challenges preconceived ideas. What if Area...
I don't know about that. A whole lot of that, but I have heard a lot of talk about the... Hey, Adrian, long time no see. Yeah, seriously, like, oh man, I just saw that was on myself up. Yeah, he was online the other day, and he thought Chris Angel, mind freaking, these really, really good at their craft. Like, this guy was super crazy, like, pull jars out of his hand, stuff like that. Really a Matrix? Not quite sure. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anywho's, let's get on to the... Alrighty then. Till the end. It's scary. So this one, hey, it looks like
You'll
it's by the same
most likely
person.
be dead in 11 months. Let me explain. A few days ago, NASA made a during a night sky observation session, something that might signal the end of life on Earth as we know it. Just 3 days ago in Washington, NASA launched a space called the B-20 telescope, was specifically designed to study the movement.
And just so you know, this was to 2023 and 20 end of world scenarios I've been cast into, 2000. And then, you guys know, you guys were there, but yeah. So to, as far as I know, yep, let's continue.
Movement of meteorites and asteroids in space to predict potential collisions with our planet. On September 20, the B-20 provided something alarming. It calculated the trajectory of an asteroid 7 months. The impact date is projected to be in 2024, and scientists estimate there's a roughly 79% chance that the strike the Earth's surface. The asteroid size is estimated to be 4 miles in diameter, half the size of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, but still large enough to kill billions of people. I can't share where the asteroid is, so if you want to see where the asteroid will hit, click on share, then press more.
Yeah, I'm all good on that. Okay, this is another 2023. So many 2023 things, and I know some of these are really good. What if the world lost oxygen for seconds? I think I'd be with 3 seconds. I could hold my breath for a little over a minute. I used to would swim across the pool in Cortez. Swim all the way across, hit the other side, swim all the way back. Scariest conspiracy theories. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what this one's about. It's part 1, so I don't know. What do you think?
The scariest conspiracies.
Historians and researchers believe that Atlantis is a highly advanced society with impressive technology and culture. The ancient Greek philosopher about Atlantis in his dialogues, describing it fit around 9,000 years before his time. According to the legend, this was located on an island in the Atlantic Ocean and was natural disasters and catastrophes. There are numerous archaeological discoveries and ancient suggest the existence of a lost civilization with advanced knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. Some of these facts date back to the same period when Atlantis was said to have flourished. There's also many geographic and geological features that give a description of Atlantis in Plato's account. So what do you think?
The scariest conspiracy theories.
Well, I think, like, as a kid, I really liked playing with Play-Doh. And I love the smell, almost so much that I would eat it. Tried a little bit, and it was really salty. You know, that smell is kind of, what is the word? Misleading? No, but, I don't know. So there's the Garden of Eden, there's Atlantis, there's so many different things that were here before, but are not. And I don't know if you guys have seen, oh my gosh, these pictures of what buildings used to be. Very huge, very, not articulate, but actually advanced, as opposed to, you know, the late 1800s, early 1900s, etc. These things were, and I think we've done a reset like several times. That's just my thoughts. I'm not saying it's true, but pictures of where people are, you know, digging it out and excavating, and even a lot of them are down underground. Even, I don't know, so weird. And it's like that. So let me go back over here really quick. Let's reset. Call it the mud reset. So the mud slides in these places or covers them out. And then people build on top. You know, they try to dig out to a certain extent, and then they build on top of that. It's pretty intriguing. You know, those are my 2 favorite words. Anywho's, yeah, it's interesting when you see the building, see the pictures from a long time ago, and they're saying there's so many people living in this or whatever back in the day. And then you look, and there's never anybody in the picture, maybe a person or 2. I don't know. It's pretty, really think about it. But these pictures exist. These structures did exist. Some still do, but a lot don't because of I think it's called the mud flood. But I'm pretty sure we have been here long. Different artifacts and such show that. Also, I do believe we've had several resets for different reasons. You know, it's not really up to us to understand what those reasons. Shall we continue? Conspiracy theories. We're going to move on past
scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously your life. This shows a list of all the conspiracy world from the top, bottom, the darkest of the dark that will change your life. And welcome back, guys. Of course, as you know by now, in this series we're going from the bottom, so I don't even know what part this is, but let's go. I don't like this one. I don't like it. This is solipsism. You suffer from paranoia or anything like that, just don't watch this. Like, I actually mean it this time. Right, so you are the only real person. Everyone around you is literally an
man, I hate this one.
Wait, what? This is what solipsism is, just have a little read. Believe that only one's mind is actually sure to exist, which is true. Scary thing about this, no way to prove or disprove this. Ever, ever, ever. So everything around you is fake, everybody around you is fake, only you are real. When you look at things, when you turn around, things just spawn in. But you are completely alone in this place, and really is just your brain's way of making you not feel so alone. Boom, mind blown. See you in the next one.
Don't think so.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously
Don't think so.
change your...
No. So, I'm kind of tired of this set of conspiracies already. Let me scan through here really quick before I give up on this. Okay, well, oh man. Okay, so why are these old? 2020, 2024? Yeah. All right, so one of my favorites to watch. Okay, so I watch a lot of YouTube. Let me go back over here really quick while I'm looking this up. Mommy. Let's go back over here real quick. So as far as things I watch on YouTube, so you have large videos and then you have the little short links. Butterflies are ninjas or butterflies? Is okay, I think pretty religious based or Christian based. I really enjoy what they do. I've not watched their show completely, but all the clips I see, I really do love. And I swear to God, we're probably gonna see a lot of things. So many things. One of the things I have right here is in Chile. So I remember when the fires happened in Hawaii. Well, not making a joke about it because that was really sad. Yes, Africa, please stop. Seriously, and I was the gates supposed to. I don't try. Supposedly they're supposed to do. We have medicine for AIDS and HIV, etc. to really undetectable. So agree with you, Africa, stop HIV, AIDS virus. Really, Bill Gates is evil, and yeah, I don't know why they're allowing this to happen, but they've also gone over there and kept people being able to have children and these certain man, I'm trying not to get blocked by YouTube. I'm trying to pick my words carefully. So, using these different antiviruses, on their experiment because, you know, they're not from here, so they don't really matter. I don't freaking agree with Bill or Melinda Gates as far as that goes. You know, I have to, as we get further into this, all the property that Bill Gates has bought of the United States does get flooded. All the are on these different places that I see here when we do get flooded. Be alive for this? I don't know. Does he even? We don't even know that. On here, news. No, I could not. These guys, I love them. Okay, so my best friend Stephanie. Well, it used to be. I won't tell you what it used to be, but Carter is her last name. I'm like, perhaps your husband of the Tartarians. But no, it's pretty interesting. But let's see what they say. Like there were maps, like where Russia and all these other places were, was Tartaria. Did you know that the Great Wall of China, since as far as people from China built it, people on the other side built it because the holes that you shoot your arrows through and stuff, side. They did not build this wall. The Tartarians did. Anywho's.
Well, have you heard the theory? It goes back to Tartaria, that the Great Wall of China, it's actually facing the wrong way. The holes that they would shoot arrows out of is facing toward.
Oh, what?
So it's suspected that Tartaria.
That's super all being built by someone else, possibly. Want to talk about that Chicago?
Yeah, they're saying that Egyptian architecture.
Have you seen the pictures?
It looked like ancient Rome. They said that they built it for the world. They just tore it all down, and it's like that doesn't sound
Dude,
right.
it reminds me of that whole conspiracy theory that we just skipped all those years. They rewrote the year that it was, and so we actually are living the
1500s or
now.
something,
Yeah,
right?
Now would be difficult because of the digital footprint that we have. So easy just to convince people, yeah, this just didn't happen.
it's that whole Mandela effect thing.
The thing is, it's confirmed. Like, and so it's just why get rid of something like that?
Well, have you heard the theory?
I love these guys. Like on point, they make so much sense and they cover so many things. This one before, as far as a sculpture that was supposedly dug up in Russia. I don't know if I believe it or not, but this thing is very intricate, is very detailed, very amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. People have taken it like, you know, I'm taking a picture right here by this fallen angel. Oh my gosh.
The
it's so
fallen
creepy.
angel statue discovered.
What?
This is the creepiest thing I've seen in a good minute. There's these dudes, Russian dudes, in Serbia, Siberia. They work in a gravel quarry or something. They're just digging this ginormous statue of this angel with its its eyes and its.
What is that one video game called? Kind of reminds me of this. Oh man, I haven't played it before, no, but I have bought it for myself. It's a bit nut. Do you think that's really an angel? Like, I would think its face would be more angelic, but so, especially if they're fallen, could look scarier.
Giant wings shield, and it was kneeling. And it's these dudes standing up beside you. Their head didn't even go past the statue's head, and it was kneeling down. And it looks, the detail on it is like exquisite. Like it looks like a angel or man thing that was like frozen in time, like it like fell on a concrete or something. What does that mean? The fallen statue show.
What?
This is
Okay,
the
so I was just typing
creepiest
to you, so I
thing
missed
I've
it.
seen in a good minute.
No, seriously. Okay, so this statue is kneeling. It's got a shield. Why is it kneeling? Did God present himself and freeze them in stone, like frozen in pillars and stuff, like salt pillars? Also, that brings me back to another point. Is remember or recognize these different things that are Mute Mountain could be one. There's so many things all across the world that stone. Well, that was just carved out. Really? You really think so? I don't know. There's so many different things that go into it. I've always been a team stump. So the devil, what is it called? The devil's peak or something. Like a giant tree stump. I think it's something like that. It could be South Dakota. I don't know where the crack it is, but it looks like a giant tree stump. And Dave Scott used to do a thing like, are you team stump or team rock? And I was team stump. Look around the world, you see different giant stumps. You could tell it used to be a tree. I'm like, oh, well, we went in, we tested it. It's not really a tree. But I don't know. I'm still team stump, no matter what. All the evidence to me points to giants that were cut down. Evidence of giants. Anywho's, let's go to this next one. Military is dropping chaff over the U.S.
I saw this thing. A weatherman is like showing the radar, big like storm or whatever. He's like, just so you know, this isn't a storm. It's just military exercise. Popping up on the radar.
Yeah.
Did it again, but they were basically like, this is not a weather formation. This is the military dropping shreds of aluminum, fiberglass, and plastic.
Exactly. Aluminum, fiberglass, plastic, also diamond dust. These are different things they put up. I believe that Harvard was even a part. They're putting a plastic, diamond dust, all these different things up into the air. Ozone layer. Okay, so what? And then a lot of people I've lost a couple friends, and I've learned a lot of things since I started doing the show. You start off as this, closed-minded person. You learned all these things from school and from church and from all these different people. You learn more and more, and then all of a sudden, like, your mind is blown and you don't even know what you believe. But, what do they call them? Not jet streams, but gosh, I can't even believe I get it right now. It's like right there, but all the timers. I forgot to take my anyways. These things are saying they are putting out these streams of these chemicals. You see them crossing, you see them Xing. Jet streams, they do make a stream, but it ends.
Why? Used by the military to trick radars. It's basically a blanketing system to where the radars cannot penetrate through it. And they've been doing that all over the UK.
It's poison, is it?
Yes.
The thing that I showed you, this chick is talking about like snow and is now top cup, scoops it up, melts it, a magnet on the side, and it's not, it's literally pulling to the magnet all no.
I saw this thing. A weatherman is like showing the radar and like this big like
crazy. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw the video. Go over here and make myself bigger. It's magic. So India had this in their meteorological place, the weather place. They predict or share weather with everyone. This is where control chemtrails. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, we do chemtrail, clouds, and then look. Now India is being flooded. Look what the crack is happening to China. China is trouble. And did you see these 200 per hour, hour winds just in their house, like blowing in the window, and the lady runs in and grabs her kid. She's like, luckily she's on an upper, but there's people on the lower level where the water is rising and rising and rising. How does this make sense? So I'm wondering, it's in India and then it goes over there, or how exactly this does happen. But yes, Adrian, like you're saying, it definitely is Squatch season. I don't know, like, listen to myself, and when I say these things, I feel crazy. Because a lot of these things I didn't when I was younger. But through living and learning, like, you do realize certain things free and mind-bending. And I'm open-minded, and kind of proves it, right? Chemtrails are real. But yeah, that's how I've lost a lot of friends, is chemtrails. And then the whole flat earth thing. Oh my gosh, I'm not saying I believe in it. There's that show. We have the Van Allen belts trying to get out. They go up and then over. What? Supposedly it goes, I don't know. This stuff is crazy. I'd really like somebody to look into this with me. If you guys have any, like, occasions or whatever on this, I'd like to hear your thought. It kind of makes, especially since a lot of this is written in the Bible. Anywho's, let's move on to the next one, because I feel weird talking about it right now. Like, go back to bed. Guys, come on, man. It's my internet. Did you?
Did you guys get that little news clip from President Biden when he was in Texas, referring to
areas that are burned to the ground?
Yes, slipped up.
A list of 20 homes that are just totally
slipped up. Okay, so having dementia or Alzheimer's. I have all the timers, but there's dementia and Alzheimer's. You slip up sometimes. You think you're like, yep, I'm on track. I got this thing in my ear. I'm listening. Happening. Also, they look back at how he looked before. Don't think that this is the real Joe Biden. Anywho's, so if you remember back to Hawaii, these places were burnt to smithereens, and people, bones or bone fragments, things like this were not found. But the blue umbrellas right next to the building are okay. A blue t-shirt in the middle of this house is okay. Blue. The laser caused blue to happen. When I saw this thing that was showing like this laser going over it, I think it's something that it makes it bounce back. Right? I'm happy over here. I'm like, I know I really sound crazy saying this, but I want to paint my room. What's up with that? Hawaii, Chile? These are two different places. And JB over here, Mr. Joe Biden, he's about to slip up and tell you what the fuck.
Destroyed one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it.
There's like a sheriff in the background who just kind of did like one of these like.
Why would he even say anything like that?
I don't know.
Why would you say anything about roofs?
Maybe watch.
Because it's true. It's because it's true.
Or
thank
Joe.
you. He's probably our 1 million subscriber.
Playing devil. What else could that possibly be?
They have
Flame
home design.
retardant.
It's like fireproof.
Fireproof. Kirk Cameron's house.
Cameron.
Thank
that.
God.
He is fire. I thought that was weird. Did you guys get that?
Okay, so if you don't know, now you know. Here, make myself bigger. Kirk Cameron used to be on the show that I used to watch as a kid. I really actually had a crush on the guy, but now he's really, really big. And a friend of mine sends me things. My phone and internet is lagging. It's mine. It's not yours, Adrian. It's mine. Sync has really been messing with my stuff for the last week. Called them to get a replacement for, and they gave me a new internet service. So I have to call them tomorrow and be like, I said, new router. Chemtrails are very real. I do believe. Where is that going? Okay, so the whole blue thing, it's not because fashion or whatever. It's because lasers that they're using and spreading across the lands. They even show it like with different color panels. It goes on and burns so many of them. Won't burn. Weird. Freaking weird. And I already gave you the thing about the umbrellas and the t-shirt and stuff like that. So like boats that weren't blue did burn too. So weird, so crazy. And then these places like Hawaii and have burned up are being replaced with smart cities. Mr. Zuckerberg and Oprah and all these others are building doomsday shelters, etc. And go away. We cannot be bothered with you. Just go away. We don't need to be bothered with you. Like, go on. Come on, get real. What the crack? What the crack is going on here? Anywho, get back. Let's go back. Time of dinosaurs. Just kidding. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, you. Pavement. Okay, so my son has been sharing with me. Let me make sure. Bigger. He's so brave, and I don't know. I think I need to have a talk with him. Like, son, I know I share a lot of things with you, and we know these things are true, but don't share them with other people because I don't want him to go through what I went through. And I think he's kind of that's bullied from first grade on, is because I shared my paranormal experiences. Not UFO, because I hadn't know what UFO was, but I knew about ghosts and orbs and other when I was a little kid. And son, I'm very proud. At the same time, I'm scared for him because he started doing a study on UFOs. So I had to show UFOs, like painting stuff like that with And he was like, yeah, it's in the Mona Lisa. We couldn't find it in the Mona Lisa many things. And I think he's thinking Mona Lisa because they do kind of look similar. I don't agree or not, but that's kind of where I'm at. But so I had to share with him, I'm like, dude, like, since you're studying this, like, look at this and that and articles that are actually put out there. If it's down, they're still there. These different paintings. And I was telling them with the red and black, and they're like orbs and different shapes and stuff. And it's even happening behind Mother Mary and Jesus baby in the sky. She's like sitting there tending to her child in the background in the sky. Like, it's intense. But yeah, I had to show that to him. So he wasn't just off because they're like, oh, well, maybe here and here and there and there. I'm like, no, son. Like, even cave paintings back when we were cavemen, or were we? But, you know, the mud floods happened and we had to go to caves. Not that we are originally cave people, but I know levels of technique, different levels of intelligence. And it was like hammer kick that was over 1 million years old. Different things like that. Lost in stone. You cannot deny that. You cannot deny the evidence. If it fits, you got to believe it. From if it don't fit, you must acquit. Anywho, let's get back to this. Let's do the ill one.
Eels are the creator.
They are.
Because know how they're born.
What do you mean?
They don't have reproductive organs. One, they'll live in lakes and rivers and stuff. Then once a year or something, they'll go out into the ocean,
Like into trenches and stuff.
and then come out of the bottom of the ocean and back into the rivers and lakes. And then
I don't
that
like
just
this one.
process repeats. But they've never been able to observe how eels are born.
They're just intensely private.
There's no way we don't know.
We don't know.
Eels are terrifying. How do they too?
Do they, or is that for me?
No, they do.
Maybe it's not electricity. Maybe it's just like poison.
Oh, they put off a current.
There's an electric eel, and I know there's an electric
It'll
field.
shock and freeze you.
I just typed in electric eel. How?
Please explain.
Electric eels.
Oh.
Eels are the ever.
I hate them.
Okay, but really, so hiding little cubbies and stuff, and then they'll come out. Pretty interesting.
This thing has gone viral. His family, they have travertine pie in their bathroom, and they had one of their friends came over that was a dentist, and he was in the bathroom and just glanced at the shower, and he said, "That's a jaw,
human jaw,
caveman jaw with teeth in it, in this tile in this bathroom."
Oh gosh! Wow!
It's literally a human jaw.
Nightmare.
It could be any. It could be any.
Oh, it's turkey.
Peter known as
The Rock.
Hey,
Wayne,
what's the first
You guys
two
know
letters
what
in
the
his
Rock is
name?
cooking.
He. The shower. No, Mr. President.
We figured it out. This thing is gone.
I like that one. It was pretty funny. I don't know what you think. Oh, goodness. That was pretty funny. Gee, what do you do in the shower? Hey, okay, we've seen this Giants one. What is this one? Disney Presents? Okay.
Structure that was 1594 called the Goethe. And
I'm going to pause. Pause for the cause. Something is happening. There's something with the internet. Let me check. Looks good over here. How you doing over here? Oh, looks good over here. 1 hour, whatever. All right, let's go. All right, so we had a little freeze up, but we should. All right, let's go.
And it totally has thrown off archaeology. They've been teaching that the Sumerians are the ones that had the language, but they found the Göbekli Tepe, which is 100,000 temple that dates back to 11,600 years ago. Existed
Mud floods.
6,000 years before the Sumerians, 7,000 years before Stonehenge and the pyramids. This thing for over 1,000 years, and it has these giant 16-foot pillars in the middle of them, 10 tons each, and they have these carvings and stuff, very intricate layouts of the star constellations. It depicts the alignment of the stars and the sun of when the flood was going to happen. So the flood that the whole world talks about, every culture has a flood story, that happened 5,000 years ago. This pillar is 11,000. Yeah, but here's where it gets crazy.
To be continued. I hate that. They were onto something, and it's true. It's true. I think I found it. Turns out it was. So Dr. Seuss was a giant. Okay, so I have Dr. Seuss. Okay, let me go back over here. I'm going to make myself bigger. What's the spell? Okay, so I really love Dr. Seuss. And I know a lot of his books have been banned and blocked, etc. Turns out, not only was he a racist, but British accent. I don't know. Using that one. Just kidding. So not only was Dr. Seuss's, but stepped out on his wife quite a bit, and I think they got divorced, and he was with, I think, somebody that helped him publish his books or something. Anyhow, they banned a lot of his books. What news? Actually learned myself by looking at Dr. Seuss books, because it was, not too many words, just a few words, maybe a 2-line paragraph. Could be 3, could be 4, whatever. That was really cool. Yeah. Dr. Seuss, he's the shiznit. I'll tell you what. Seriously, I love Dr. Seuss. If you don't like Dr. Seuss, I don't know, could be something wrong with you. But yeah, this says Dr. Seuss was a giant. What? I think so, but this.
What do you guys know about the Solomon Islands?
The statues?
Yeah.
That's the Easter Island.
Yep.
But
Century Stink, please work with us. We only have just over an hour to get through the show. Could you please not be a piece of shit and let us get... Thank you.
they're over by Australia. They're driving up out to these mines to check out. You do what you do with the mine.
Yeah.
It had rained and the road is slick. They slip and they zip off the side of the road.
Sounds like Dr. Seuss.
They're like, all right, how do you get the truck back on the road? We're going to walk back to town, get 30 dudes together and back on the road. They roll back into town, arrive. There is something else there. There are 2  15-foot tall giants.
Whoa.
They had put in the road. They freak out. The 30 dudes see these very large people. They got red hair. They dip out. They go back. The car's still there, but it had been raining.
Footprint.
And there are tons of Solomon Islands. Like, yeah.
They said they were 13 feet tall.
So, yeah.
That's wild.
What do you guys know about the Solomon Islands?
The statues?
Isn't that amazing?
Yep, those ones are wild. But
I also have to mention really quick. I do believe in Easter Island. I do believe in giants. I do believe that giants still do exist. I do believe, just like Sasquatch, they've learned how to hide away from us. Like we're little tiny humans and groups. Oh, freaking Century Stink. Are we back? I do believe in islands, giants. I meant giant. I do. The Smithsonian has hidden giants from us. I do believe that the Catholics have giants from. There have been farmers and other people that, before they turned their evidence, did of these certain skeletons. So they're either upright or they put it next to it and show the height of it. Giant, and I do believe still do exist. News. Enough about what I think. On and see what the crack these guys are talking about. It's pretty intriguing. Will we get through with this?
Solomon Islands.
The statues?
That's the Easter Islands.
Yep.
Which those ones are wild too. But they're over by Australia. You got these guys. They're driving up out. I don't know. You do what you do with the mind.
Yeah.
You survey them. It rain flick. They slip and slide and they zip off the side of the road. All right. How do you get the truck back on the road? We're gonna walk back to town, get 30 dudes together, and we're just gonna try to push the truck back on the road. They roll back into town, and as they arrive, there is something else. There are two roughly 15-foot tall giants.
Whoa.
They had back on the road. They freak out. The 30 dudes see these very large people. They got red hair.
Oh.
They dip out. They're like afraid, obviously. They go back. The car's still there, but it had been raining. And there are in the Solomon Islands, like, yeah, giants live in the mountains.
They said they were 13.
Yeah. That's the Solomon.
Okay, so also, no, sorry. Okay, so the way they said, etc. Also, extra digits. Islands for sure. America. I don't know if you guys heard the story about. There was two fellas in Death Valley of all places. They're out there exploring, and all of a sudden, one of these guys falls through the ground into this place with tunnels. What the crack is this? So he's walking around, trying to find his way. I don't know if he had magic or something in his pocket, but he was able to walk safely. And he had matches and over. Who knows what the crack he had? That he was able to not only find licks, but and it came back to Egyptians. And I don't know if you guys know, but in the Grand Canyon, there's a cave that holds Egyptian remains. There is a room that is for on layer. I think it's like floors around like this of sarcophagi. Instead of laying down, it's up like this, all around. Tons of them. When they first found it, sorry, there's something flying around. Statue, and they thought it was, what was it? There was another things. They thought it was like a monk sort of thing. But then the more they researched it and all the things that were carved into the walls, it was Egyptian. And it it really proves the Book of Mormon, Pearl of Great Price, etc. Yes, I've had questions about that since I was like 15 or 16, and I read the Book of Mormon. I read the Pearl of Great Price. I've read the Bible. And there's so many questions like, well, if they really did come over here, like, where is the evidence except for the gold plates? In the Grand Canyon, in all kinds of places. Are finding different things that go back to that date back to that. We cannot let the government us and tell us this is not true, because there's so many things that are true that they deny. We've known about UFOs since the freaking beginning of time. Like I'm saying, in cave dwellings, etc. They have carvings and paintings, not just of horses, etc., but aliens and UFOs. Pyramids, aliens, UFOs, and dinosaurs. In the age where dinosaurs shouldn't even exist, they wouldn't just be like, be creative and go for my mind. They're going to do it by what they've seen. All right, let's look. What time is it? 8:55. Okay, so we should probably go to our next music break. We could go to one more video. I think we should. Just one more, because I want to see what it says there. And then we'll go to our next music break. Okay? Let's see what this one
The
says.
structure that was found in 1994 called the Go, and it totally has thrown. They've been teaching that the Sumerians are the ones that had the first. They found the Göbekli Tepe, which is a 100,000 square foot temple that dates back to 11,600 years ago. 6,000 before the Sumerians, 1,000 years before Stonehenge and the pyramids. So this thing for over years, and it has these giant 16-foot pillars in the middle of them, 10 tons each. And they have carving a very intricate layout of star constellations. It depicts the alignment of the stars and the sun. It was a prediction of when the flood was going to happen. So the whole world talks about it. Every culture has a flood story. That years ago. This pillar is 11,000. Yeah, but here's where it gets crazy. The structure that was found.
No, seriously. Pillars. There's been so many temples destroyed or burned, so many records destroyed or burned, and just like the Book of Mormon, Pearl of Great Price, there's still scrolls being found all the time, and they could be lost that are buried with different etc. So I needed to share something really quick. I'm not done sounding really crazy, but did you know that in all the pyramids that there's never been found any sort of tomb or sarcophagi? They've always been found away from the site. And so I do believe that pyramids were actually power grids. You know, he was amazing, etc., and he built these. This thing right behind me. Here, let me fix it. Look at that tower right there. He built a tower just like that. Power out, and it spread the world. So the government didn't accept it because how are we supposed to make money? Really, what does money matter if there's a bartering system? Because trade furs and food and different things like mending and tending and whatever you need. I really don't like the government, and I always knew that. And then especially in the government, I really didn't like it. Thanks, you guys, for out with me and my crazy actions. But we do have a break. So on this break, I have Mitch again with her creation. And like I said, you could check her out on Instagram and YouTube as well under Antidote for Savage. This break, we're going to be hearing Not a Phase, Singing to Your Grave, Bury Me in Heaven, which is my favorite bottom line. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
What I got. Don't how do you live?
Welcome back, and thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm your host, Tessa. You're broadcasting live via Clubhouse tonight. If you're hanging, you're one of the lucky, fortunate ones. You know, not everybody gets this chance, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. Share the show with your friends. Things. Have this video from one of my. It is the that is impossible, and I actually shot myself twice, so I really know that I want to share with. That's not my British accent. I don't know what that is. I haven't figured it out yet, Adrian. Strange stuff indeed. I don't know. Things are crazy. And so don't.
Just a few.
Why is it like teal?
Yo, what?
Wait.
Okay, so
That tip would have fit perfectly right here.
Quick, strange anomaly.
pause for the cause. Hold on, guys. For some reason my page share is not working. Let me turn. It's up to date. What the crack just happened? Okay, here we go. All right. So on the board, this is impossible. This guy does a wonderful job. If you've seen this before me, I have another one from Mr. Adrian Blitz that we can share. Yeah. Stop me if you've seen this, for sure.
In just a few moments.
Wow. What?
Wait.
That tip would have fit perfectly.
I've watched that video, all of it.
Quick on this strange anomaly.
What is happening
Whoa.
right now? Putting my phone on the welding rack. So it's
See?
like electromagnetic.
Could be.
I literally don't know what's going on with
I'm James Fleur, and you're watching the
Hi,
Impossible
James.
Channel. Welcome aboard. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with more videos on more. Today we're gonna be taking a look at unexplained glitches, such as this water anomaly that showed up next to Antarctica.
USO.
We're also gonna be seeing a video that surfaced the internet, some light, giants, and the Grand Canyon area. Also, a creepy and cryptids and paranormal phenomena that will make you question absolutely everything you thought you knew about reality. Are you guys ready? Well, let's go.
So, do it. Impossible channel. Let's go.
Now just imagine the following situation. You're watching a total solar eclipse with your friends or family beautiful afternoon. When all of a
I wasn't
sudden
even
you
paying
point your camera
attention.
towards the sun and you capture something completely unexplainable. You check your phone video to make sure you're not seeing things, and indeed, you seem to have captured something that wasn't supposed to. Out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But this is exactly what happened with Ishi Arredondo in Texas while recording years that happened on April 8th in the US. Is what he saw.
In Texas.
Bruh.
Look, there's something flying over
Bruh.
here.
No, look at the shadow thing. Oh, yeah. Come on, man. Okay, so this is buffering. I don't know if this is buffering. I have to check with other things to see if everything's buffering. Other things look okay. What the crap is going on with this video? Anyway, share a story really quick before we continue. So, it was many, many moons ago. I would say, like, Nova. She's now... Shit. I think she'd be 19. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that's bad mothering on my part. It's hard to keep up with all the ages. Anyways, she was just a little thing, and supposed to be a solar eclipse of, those cool box or anything like that. And so I went out, and instead of looking up into the sun, I used my cell phone and looked up, and the cell phone, those for the lens, so there was like 1, 2, 3, 4. But I was filming it, the UFO went through it. But it's kind of like this, like you see it go through really fast, but I don't know, you can't really catch it. You could see the shadow on the cloud, but you don't really see the craft. This was not an airplane or a jet. I do believe this is some sort of unidentified flying object, or what do they call it these days? Unauthorized flying object? I'm not quite sure. Let's continue. The strange.
Yo, what the?
Several people saw this
Well, looks
too.
like some sort of shadow figure really seen sky during the 8th. It doesn't look like an airplane, a helicopter, a drone, or
You can't see it
like
after that. Higher up or something, where you couldn't see it. Or maybe it's the cloaking device. Oddly named.
Baffled by what he had just caught on camera, Ishi Arredondo posted the video to TikTok and it amassed 35 million views and thousands of comments. Some people believe it's just a shadow of an airplane being cast,
You see the wings?
while others believe it could be a demon or maybe even some sort of dementor or something like that.
No.
Now, it's the shadow of an airplane, but the problem is, it wasn't just seen from
Look at the
Texas.
shadow.
All over the Mexico and other places, and this is where things take a really strange turn.
Oh, what an angle. That's pretty badass.
Whatever this mysterious shadow is, it was
Also, look at the different clouds. So there's been so many strange and anomalous cloud formations. And they're like, that's normal. That's just this, or that's just that. Like, why? There's like fluffy clouds with clouds that look like Bob Ross painted it. They're little feathery clouds. I personally think it's my mom painted it. I've always thought that, but really, really weird cloud formations. So, original one, we see the puppy cloud formations. In this one, we see like jagged, but it's a cloud with little skitters in it. I don't know. Let's check it out.
also captured on camera by Reddit Thai 4085 in Buffalo, New York.
Oh my god. Not
Killer
sin.
picture, we see
Holy
what looks like
shnikes.
4 different shadow figures crossing, and it
Seriously.
definitely like the shadow of an airplane. It looks like something else entirely. Strange, isn't it? But doesn't the same mysterious shadow was all Mazatlan Mac Day around the same
Mazatlan.
time? Cesar,
I wish
this
cruise. I almost didn't make it because I stayed up way too late for the drinking because I have the drink pass. And got in a little confrontation with my sister for the whole cruise. And she woke up and she's like, well, if you're going to go on the outing today, and she left. She left me behind. And then, so I got ready, sunscreen. I paid like $20 for a little small sunscreen to go. I left and wore my shorts and my Wild Child shirt. I wore my hat. I was sure to do that so I didn't burn my face off. But for the rest of the trip, on that river splags, like my legs swelled up. It was so crazy. I almost can cantina in Mexico. Luckily, some guy that was on the bus was like, "Hey, sure," and they turned around and came and got me, and I was behind the bus. I'm like, "Where the fuck is everyone?" And then they pulled up and behind, so I didn't have my vape. That was freaking scary. Like, people ever heard of or heard from again. Like, I could have been one of those peeps. Mazatlan is also a place where you should be looking for giants. There are giants in Mazatlan.
Is what?
Mira, yo lo estoy
Oh,
grabando.
wow. Mira means look. Wow.
It was also captured on camera by 2 Maria 2019 in New Jersey.
Hi,
Y mira lo que cae del cielo. Yo no
Eva.
sé
Little
qué cayó.
what?
Si fue lo que yo sé que cayó del
It's
cielo.
crazy.
Wow, digo como
Is that one of those sick?
desapareció.
Just like videos, the mysterious shadow disappears out of nowhere. Now, in another video recorded by Vegan, this time we can clearly see that whatever this thing is, it's not an air object cast onto the clouds. It seems like something else entirely, and even though we can't exactly out what it is, it looks as some sort of shadow figure descending from the sky. Now, if all is very strange, it becomes even stranger when Pineapple Vegan tries to zoom in on the object, and this captures on camera.
What?
Did you see that? Mysterious
It's a dragon.
very quickly actually looks like the one that 2 Maria captured on camera, and also very similar to the one captured
Could
by
it
the
be a
Arredondos
dragon?
in Texas.
Seriously.
After these videos were posted to the internet,
I don't
it caught a
know.
lot of attention from opinions. Some believe of a shadow of an airplane or any object in the sky, while others state that this is possibly demonished by some sort of portal that opened the eclipse.
Right now. I'm just putting my phone on the welding mask, so I don't know what, if it's like electromagnetic.
Okay, so I have to share. So, my sister is in prison right now. And the eclipse, I was telling her about the sun, different things like that happening. Like, to me, that's really freaky. Like, why would schools close down? They would use this as a sort of thing, but they're like, nope, we're gonna close the schools down really quick. Yeah, landlady, she's old school, I think, Adrian. Anywho's, so she's like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna wear my welding mask, and I'm gonna. Well, they weren't able to do that. They actually put them on lockdown. And so she still got to see it. I don't know if it was from like I think she welding mask, but she said, oh my goodness, you gotta use that. So you know how it's foil and light can get through, they use that. So I hope their eyeballs be. I'm really sad they didn't get to use welding masks, but yeah, she got to see it. And she said it was so beautiful and amazing. And nothing happened. Everybody was released from this lockdown for no apparent reason. 3 days of darkness didn't happen. 30 minutes. I don't know.
Now being pulsed. So weird.
Wow.
Pulsing energy at us.
Okay, also I heard from you should not use a welding mask. So welding works for, well, not really the sun. The sun is a whole different dynamic. But let me know in the comment. Use a welding mask to a solar eclipse. Of course, it's safe to look and you just see the ring, or there's the diamond ring effect where there's a little shining around. Yeah, I've seen. Is that a UFO over there? UFO? Did you see that?
Who stated that they felt something eerie and strange during the day of the eclipse. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this mysterious shadow is, but it doesn't
Well, what
look
about
like
the
a
thing over there?
helicopter or any.
And also, sorry for interrupting, but did you see where somebody was filming it and all of a sudden there was something taken out? Look, man, but there was a little chunk taken out of the sun and moon. That was pretty weird.
Anything like that, as a figure descending from the sky. Okay. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you think that maybe this is just the shadow of an airplane or an object? Or is there something else going on here? Maybe something far more... What?
I wouldn't really say sinister.
Now, if you've been surfing the internet for the past few years, you've probably come across a very strange and bizarre theory about the ground. A theory that suggests the existence of an alien-like race of giants that hide deep within the...
So there's that giant thread in the cave system, and according to this there,
and also the possibility of pyramids that are in the canyon's more ruins.
These ruins here, I mean, this is 800 years old. So you got the end of this wall, and then your doorway here.
Now, it might all sound far-fetched, but the fact
I've seen this video.
People were searching to watch the eclipse from the Grand Canyon.
Hey, I know that place.
So through Google Earth, they came across this very strange structure, a structure that made no sense at all. So they did what anyone would do, and they drove over there to make sure that what we're seeing was real.
There's several humanoid drawings.
They're amazing. I have some I need. One actually has
change. We knew canyon.
So at one point, that tip would have fit perfect right here.
On October 14th, 2023, a YouTube channel by the name of the POV channel drove over to Monument Valley Canyon to watch the annular eclipse. Driving region, he set up camp, and the first thing he did was fly his drone around to check these strange that he had seen on. What he saw on his drone completely baffled.
I was looking at on Google Earth. It looks like one of these cubes is...
Nah, I think it
there's no
forward.
That is four per angle.
Was back and moved forward for some
It
earthquake.
makes you wonder, where did the middle?
Hundreds, if not thousands, of perfectly square-shaped rocks could be from his drone. Whatever happened here, it definitely does
very
not
interesting
look like
for
something
sure.
you will find in nature. It actually looks as if are either man-made or artificial in some way.
They're so straight, so awesome.
During the couple of days that the POV channel spent there recording these megalithic, he made sure to measure and rate them just out of curiosity, and this.
Maybe that might help. Sucks being alone and doing this stuff. But he still did a really good job.
According to the POV subscribers, the weight of each stone would be around 400 tons. And being that equally cut cubes, one could speculate that this is some sort of ancient quarry. Who would cut these stones in such a perfect manner? And to build what?
I finally found blade marks. This ancient
What?
temple. They had some
That's
sort
insane.
of
I haven't
machine.
seen that.
You can see
The jaggedness.
is cutting through. It's not just straight, it's kind of on
I haven't seen that
places on
before.
Earth, we find structures which could be related or to ETs to understand.
Isn't that crazy,
or to
Eva?
giants.
Just packing up the night, ran into this. Gonna be checking it out. A little bit of a protected porch and another door in the cliff right there. We're gonna be checking that out.
After the video caught a lot of attention, many people were leaving comments and seemed to agree that this is like a quarry, and that in no shape or form this looks natural, if this is artificially made. One internet user states, "Look at those lines in sand on a vertical plane. You just don't see that in horizontal plane, but furthermore they continue well into the bedrock. That just doesn't look natural lines to me." So if this is some sort of quarry, and if these laser cut stones, who did this and why?
I have no idea. Uh-oh. Shapeshifter! Skin shifter.
And could this help prove that an article published back in the 1900s on a Gazette that nowadays is hoax may not have been a hoax at all? At the time, the article...
Okay, so I'm going to stop for a minute about the cave that goes in, has so many different pictures, and then there's with all the sarcophagi in there and gold emblems, Egyptian or thing else. I'm excited.
Stated that a team of archaeologists, Smithsonian, had ancient artifacts, giant mummies inside of the cave.
Telling you.
Now a restricted area canyon. Now if this...
hate to say it, but Book of Mormon, I don't know. They're like, let's leave this place and go to the other land. And Jesus said, I'm going to tend to my other flock. I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but we did, not we, but keep from that land because they were persecuted, etc., and went overseas. Of them were lost. Proves that the Book of Mormon and the Pearl of Great Price, but at the same time, perhaps not. Could be something else. Just a thought.
This is the case. Why would cover this up?
Oh, also I had to add, they've blocked this portion off. So there's a black gentleman. He's very intelligent. I think Emerald Tablets or something like that. I cannot remember his name, but he family over a thing with aliens, like alien encounters. And that's very sad. He actually started to cry during a certain end. He tried to go direction of where this path is, leads to artifacts and carvings and huge tomb. Like I'm saying, you see tombs where the sarcophagi are laying flat. This is a tomb where there's carvings in the wall. How do you get sarcophagi that high? You have giant ferns or something? Like, I don't even know. Mind warping.
Past. I want to know your thoughts. What do you really think is going on here? Is this maybe just a coincidence?
I don't know.
Or is it maybe else entirely?
It's mind-blowing. That's what it is.
Now, I don't, but I'm a really big fan in the wood. For those who want to escape a little bit from this technological life, outdoor activity, an idea of 20 minutes hiking every year. There are over the world for one to go hiking or camping to see the stars or spend a really good time with friends or family. Or trekking are statistically safer than a city. It's sometimes planned a bit, and this is exactly what happened with the couple to go hiking the woods. This is what camera
I'm scared.
Oh my god, look at that.
I don't like this in.
Good memories.
So many good memories at that dock. Why are you going back? Is that dock? Why are you going backwards?
Look at this little hub. Oh my god. Okay.
Did you hear that? She went through the bush and just let it slap her in the face. What's that? What?
Dude, that's not a freaking bear. Dude, that's not a freaking...
Skunk ape? Also, after this, I know we're going to go in overtime for the show. I'm going to try to end the show at the correct time for those on speaker, but Bigfoot or skunk, you think those two are the same? Could be, because they both stink. But the way they move, the way they look different. I think the skunk ape a little shorter, but I think we're anywho, let's go. Adolescent too. You never. It's like.
That means that what they're seeing there, in and slow
Not
motion
a bear.
video, we
Hey,
can
not a
clearly
bear.
see that whatever it is that there looks like a such. At the time, they do try to capture it on which as they could, but when they find too close that they're ending up on its legs, they get the heck out of there as fast. Unfortunate information, but most internet users agree that this is possibly a legit Sasquatch. But when it comes to an unexplained in the woods, it's there. A YouTube channel by the name of Creepy Outdoors 4451 is used to recording videos of his hiking and camping trips. And in one video, something happens.
Wow.
I'm trying to see what the fuck are you seeing. Pardon my French, sorry, but
Looks like without any light.
turn this light down. Nope, nope. Yep. Yeah.
I should get back to camp soon.
At this point, YouTuber Creepy Outdoors had been walking for quite a while deep dark woods.
Okay, so if I go look at Sasquatch, I'm gonna bring really nice raw meat. Might be venison, might be beef, might be pork. That's generally not. He's particular wild Mustang. I don't know, maybe rabbits or prairie dogs. To top it off, a dessert that is bountiful for all. Big cups. Reese's Big Cup, best dessert in the world.
While testing out his new flashlight, he realizes that he was a bit lost. So being an experienced hiker, he calmly tries to find his way back to the campsite. And this is when something chilling on camera. Check this out.
Oh man! Make it big.
Which is always fun. Tree rooted.
Yeah, it's a trap. Your hamster.
I'm pretty sure camp is back this way.
Yeah, pretty sure, huh?
GPS. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the Blair Witch Project, but damn. This
Yeah, you're in the Bigfoot Project.
Super cool.
That's the way we're.
Wow.
Way worse, buddy. Look at that. Okay, so did you guys see that tree that was bent over? Not just one, but two bent over the same direction. Be another tree that fell. It's a Bigfoot marking. Let's go. Bigfoot!
Well, at least it'll be longer.
See, he just walked on. Nice. He just went through the line. Okay, so did any of you guys notice the two trees bent over? As soon as he went over it, it's like, pretty sure that's a Bigfoot that is mimicking what they've heard humans say. Or, I don't know. I do believe they're very intelligent. They're very good at cloaking or hiding or disguising. I don't think they go into vortexes and stuff like a lot of people think. Oh, well, they're related to the aliens, so they go into vortices. I don't think so. I think they're just really good at hide and seek. And they're like, find me. Are you brave enough?
I need to get out of here.
It's so dark. Okay. I was scared for a minute. You're freaking me out, dude.
Okay.
By now, even an experienced camp hiker really freaked out, and this is exactly what happened with Doors 4450. Needless to say, he got out of there as fast as possible and successfully returned to his campsite. For him,
creepy.
I would have not camped there at
Outdoors.
all that night.
4451. YouTube. See you.
It was that he encountered that night. This ghost
right as soon as he went under that barrier,
person trying to follow him around, or maybe even according to popular legend,
Bigfoot are intelligent,
or a Wendigo trying to lure him into the woods.
I watched The Wind last night. That was a good movie.
Stop there.
Oh no. No. I would turn around, right? That's a fucking rake, dude. That's a rake. Hell out of there. See? It is. It's a freaking rake. Y'all's crazy.
This next picture
You
was
got
taken
me.
by Barb Stanbrook Schmidt while hiking in Vancouver Island in October last year. She was with a group of people and they were in a river when all of a sudden they noticed what looked like a humanoid creature staring back at them. At the time, didn't eating it with her phone camera. It was fast enough to take a picture. This particular picture is going viral on Reddit and many other social media. Possibly a legit picture of what looks like Bigfoot. Could have been easily edited out without creepy vibes to it. Creepy videos caught in the woods. I guess that one of the most unexpected so far was captured by Alejandro Soto Vives in Sumidero in Mexico.
It's not Alessandro, it's Alejandro.
Now Sumidero Canyon is a very beautiful place located in Mexico, and there are myths and tales of the place. Alejandro and his friends had just reached the top of Sumidero Canyon. This was when all of us looked like some creature swimming in the river, and this is what they caught on camera.
What the hell is that? What? I don't even know what the hell that is. Huh. Could that be a plane that takes off from the wall? Different design? That is so weird. What do you guys think? I kind of want to go back. Oh, there he is. So zoom in, please. That'd be nice, but you'll have left to the side. Yeah. Look at it. Is that actually an aquarium or is that a ship?
Did you see that? What at
Yeah,
first
what the
looks
fuck is
like
that?
A mermaid or some sort of
What?
creature
No.
can be seen swimming in the lake.
That is huge. whatever
After
it
Alejandro
is.
posted the video to his social media, it caught attention, and most internet users divided. Some believe that this is just a boat, while others state that this is possibly a mermaid and then something else entirely. Other internet users that at 19th video, we can see what looks like some sort of saucer-shaped object crossing the sky very quickly.
Oh wow!
Some other
go.
people also left
There it
comments
is.
stating that they had something strange in Sumidero Canyon.
Hello, beautiful
In other
sister
words,
Sandra.
This
This
is a
is
hot,
the place.
mysterious plain thing.
Super hot spot.
Fishing and sirens.
Oh my god, I hate this one. Hate it.
On video. I'm gonna play it shortly.
But when it comes
Go
to these
fishing,
mysterious
fish.
sightings pertaining mermaids, there was one that happened recently in the Gulf of Mexico, and it was posted by.
Okay, so Adrian, you're saying too many show by watcher. There's just too many spirits, so they drink and read words. But seriously, there are too many spirits. Is the veil thinning? Is there a ghost in the Hadron Collider? What the frack is? I think we're getting closer and closer to the end. Since the beginning of time, people have been talking about the end. What exactly is happening? We'll never know until it really happens, but intriguing and interesting, and we just have to take in account the things we see and we know. Just hear, you could hear anything, but the things, take account of that. Use still your little Jiminy Cricket, the Holy Ghost, and go from
Magpie. This is what she caught on.
For real, oh my gosh, this is God.
I'm scared. Me. You hear it? Mhm. Okay, so they're saying siren, but I imagine when I've read stories of pirates and people that are sailors and they hear and then they jump over the edge of a ship. I imagine they're singing this beautiful song, kind of like Ariel and the little thing, but it like, really? You're gonna jump overboard for that? What the heck is that? Vocal spell? I don't know. What do you think? The comment.
Did you hear that? Loud screeching sounds can be on video at the time.
Yeah,
Meg and her
that.
friend were completely creeped out about it. After posting the video, comments of people who believe that this could be, others think that this could be a mermaid, and myths that portray mermaids as beings who sometimes try to lure people in, screaming or singing just.
Okay, so I don't like this. I do believe in mermaids. I do believe in all of these three things are different. They might be related, but they're freaking different. Yeah, could be a siren.
Human being would. Now, taking
Sorry,
into
I have an
consideration
itch.
that Meg and her friend were trying to find whoever or whatever was screeching out loud, and they didn't, this could possibly be a djinn.
No djinn.
And what I found was something very similar to the sounds that they were hearing.
Okay, this does not make sound. A siren sound. Mermaid sounds are more like angelic, etc. This is a sound. It's supposed to sound very beautiful and such, but I think it's just the sound waves and stuff that penetrate your brain and make you do certain things, like control over yourself, so you just run and jump overboard just to get to it. And that's what they want. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yo, that's instantaneous.
I'm scared, dude.
Out here, man.
The video that you're seeing was recorded by a fisherman whose account was later banned for mysterious reasons.
I hear him. Yeah.
So are mermaids and sirens related? I don't know.
Noise, bro. What is that noise?
Or
I want to know your thoughts. Do you think that Alejandro and Mag might...
It's my thought, like screaming or and then people are like, oh my god, there's a girl out there, I need to go help her. Sirens are just like or whatever. You might use some whale sounds or is that, I don't know.
might have actually encountered.
Oh, look at that! What the frack is that?
Something else entirely.
I don't know.
Now, when it comes to explained glitches, there's one that caught a lot of attention just a few days after the eclipse.
So the whole sky is plugged into something or what? What the hell is happening with this thing?
On April 8th. Now, what you're looking at is an app called Ventus Sky.
Oh my god, thing I wanted to cover with my TikToks, but like I said, I had sound issues. Okay, so my JLab lost my left one. The left one is the one I use mostly. The right one you have to plug in until it works. The left one did. This one won't. My Beats would not connect to my computer. I have to find the link, the secret code to get into that. So I'm a little cut ears. But what the fuck is this? Is this an alien entity? Is this a tsunami caused? I don't know. It's coming from Australia. What the fuck is this? Not only does it move upwards, but it kind of gets bigger. Let me know what you think in the comments below, because my mind is blown as far as this goes. Seriously, this is freaking insane. This shows, is it the Kraken? Is it something else? This shows there's something else out.
It tracks the weather conditions.
Could be a giant UFO.
Speed, wave, other factors. And everything seemed to be as it should until 2 days after the eclipse, when a huge anomaly the size of a country showed up South Africa coming out of Antarctica.
Mothership.
When the video was first posted to Twitter and many other social medias, speculations ranged from USO, tectonic movement, or something else entirely. But no one had idea what it was. Now I'm pretty sure you can imagine how this scared the out of a lot of people it happened. Just imagine a huge mass traveling underwater very towards South Africa, 80-foot tall wave. People
no, it's going this way.
Freaking out about it. It would be true. There would be thousands of videos of a riot, which didn't happen.
Stop.
So
Stop. Let's pause for the cause. Okay, mofo. Do you remember what happened in Miami? Video out of Miami, whether it be intergalactically like erased or that were really stopped them and look and erased this data. Okay, so now we have something coming from the South Pole, North Australia. We looking at tidal. Oh, it's like a fucking mothership. Oh, well, somebody must have had some recording of it. So, when these things happen, either the police or the government police, will erase it, or there'll be some sort of, which is very bad. This happened to a family member of mine. there will be some sort of radiatory effect that erases your film or what happened. It'll erase things. You won't be able to capture it. You capture it, but you go back to look at it. Sorry, honey boo boo, it's gone. This thing, of it and how it's moving. Oh, well, this is a tsunami wave. Seriously? I don't think so. But that's super strange. To the videos.
10:02.
Had to be some sort of glitch, right?
What do you mean?
Maybe not. And this is when things start to take a real turn.
For so long
This anomaly was first captured and seen February 21st by a little cop named Lucas.
Less than 10 minutes. I have like 7 minutes. Is that okay?
Hold on.
This particular event see the same showing up in place towards South or North Africa.
You have more than
But you can see a little bit different.
27.
Just maybe not just a glitch.
So, oh yeah,
this is when things take an even stranger turn.
Now,
And the
7
anomaly
minutes
showed up on
is from
Ventus
Houston.
Sky. There were several strange and unexplained phenomena that were caught on camera.
Oh, I think you're both. Yeah. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I shouldn't have
Yeah, I've just been waiting because there's
In
a
this video recorded by Darren Shear
I'm sorry,
in
and I
Cape
tried
Town,
to
South
fix the
Africa, you
CenturyLink,
can
but
see the
they
ocean
were like,
apparently
we're giving you a new
due to
service.
strong winds.
Why the heck do I need that? I need a new brand to
Today on
talk
April
to.
8th, several people point metal detectors at the sky, most likely due to station related to
and before the
this
weekend.
is what happens.
Son, there's a special event happening. Is that metal detectors or what?
Yes, they're metal detectors.
Then on April 11th, one day after the anomaly, Dennis Rosales
That happened from the South Pole and it kept going up.
Phenomena that happened in
Unplug your headphones? Or
No.
headphones?
Not. Because it'll end all
a
the
few
sounds.
days later, a very strange anomaly.
They're in China. Anyways, what? I cannot end my. That's my sound bank.
Only 10 minutes left. Nice job, Mom. Nice pop.
Yeah. I'm done.
Wait, you're done?
No. You just saw it.
Now you're done.
No. I said, now you know what you're doing. High five.
Mom, just like, how.
All right, love you, Sunny Jim. Okay, yes, 10 minutes. You come and sit with me. Look at my handsome boy. He's so handsome.
Goes
Let's
up,
go.
and a lot of people associated being the same one as the anomaly that supposedly came out of Antarctica.
Gosh. Okay, so I have to say I saw some clouds. Anywho, let's go.
And there was one place that was red and looked like a UFO.
Same freaking thing, dude. Seriously. They're like, oh, it's a tsunami.
An
No, it's something
phenomenon was
else.
caught on camera at Chunkai Beach in Peru.
Chunkai
just
Beach.
a couple of weeks prior to the eclipse and the anomaly. And this is what was caught on camera.
Okay, can I add something really quick? I'm sorry. Sorry, Floyd, because I know Floyd wants to World of Tanks, but not only is this happening in this little tidal pool, but in China and the Philippines and other places, all these fish swept onto the bank and they had the most cumulative effect of catching fish. All they had to do was stand there and wait for them to come. And they're just like, oh my God, I'm going to feed my family forever. Why? What is out there that is chasing the fish in? I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment. My gosh, it's scary.
Oh, it's boiling. Or fish flopping, it's boiling. They literally just said it's boiling.
Like little hydrogen bomb.
How long is
Fish
it
tails?
Strange,
not.
isn't it?
It's boiling.
It all
You
points
can-
out that maybe this is
It
all
is
just a
strange.
coincidence,
Strange,
but many
isn't
people
it?
on the internet believe that it's not.
Hey, Glamham, quick update
Look at
on
that
this
spot.
strange
That spot
anomaly
freaks me out.
that was seen by the satellite
It just gets
image
bigger and I think it's a
They
mothership.
claim that the
I was gonna
situation
kiss it.
happened earlier on February 25th
Right now, it's
as
just gonna
well,
kiss it
which
bad.
made one wonder why the glitch wasn't fixed.
Doesn't trust
Peculiar
me.
thing on Google Earth. You see a lot of islands, very common, little names on them, but there's one island that does not have a name. It is
Here, I don't think you can hear.
Oh, look. Ready?
Put your ear next to this.
So,
Your thoughts? What do you think is going on here?
No,
Is
it's
this maybe
losing
just
to
a
it.
coincidence in Vantu's sky system, or is it something else entirely?
Is that better?
Look.
Yeah.
Moving the water.
Seriously.
Now, even normal
What if there's
phenomena
something in the
haven't been.
cloud?
Oh my god. Okay, so that scene. No, you weren't for The Exorcist. Adrian knows what. Oh my god, I just watched The Exorcist, the 2023 version, and it was fucking scary because this, I shall not speak his name, was not just in one person everywhere. Just wait till my brothers and sisters get here. Well, never met your brothers and sisters. He was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 people. So weird. Anywho, let's.
By scientists, that is real phenomena in several different cultures.
Never do that, son.
Nowadays, most of Western civilization does not believe in ghosts or
When would I?
paranormal phenomena at all.
No
This is
Ouija
most
board.
likely because it's something
No.
that rarely occurs, and when it does, there's usually an explanation for it. There isn't.
Nothing is told.
Forget about it. This is a bad sign right here. She didn't even blow it. Something else did.
And this is exactly what happened.
Okay, so. Busters. How can we bust this myth? This is the second Hispanic thing I've seen where they sing happy birthday to you. Generally, I've heard it in the Hispanic song. Why are they singing it this way? Anywho's, they'll lean their head back and are they blowing something out of their nose that causes the candle to blow out?
No, because she looked to her.
Look, let's go back.
You can see she looked to your left or right.
Here we go. Let's retard. Ready? Because look, she'll lean back and she's like, haha, if you blow out of your laughing, and the guy did the same thing, he threw his head back and laughed. That air out of your nose cannot blow the candle.
There's a lot of millions in this car.
Covers your nose.
You know, and she looked around too.
Yeah.
But she had her head up.
And this is exactly what happened with
No,
an
it went
internet
out when she
account
was
by
just looking straight, and then
And it's weird too because you have to like blow hard. So is it hard enough out her nose to do it? We're myth but
What if those were trick candles?
trick candles will light back up. That's what I think. So I don't think they were.
name of James Gordon Ledger. Now, James was held with a friend of his, and all they wanted to do was get to the parking lot to go for dinner, when all of a sudden, strange and unexplained things began to occur inside the elevator. This is what happened.
I literally don't know what's going on with this elevator. This is weird. Floor 2. It took us to floor 1. This won't. Floor 4. It took us to floor 4. Now we're on floor. Somebody get these.
Okay, wait a minute. Was that the same game that girl tried in that one in California where she disappeared and then showed up in the water tank above the hotel, and people were drinking her degradation of her body.
Doors open, bro. What is happening?
Is this the same hotel?
Oh, no.
I'm getting scared, bro.
I'm scared.
Hang on. What's happening?
And she actually played a game. She'd go and she'd press different buttons and go to different floors, and she'd peek out sometimes. Sometimes she'd hide. And then at the very end, she actually talked to somebody. Never saw who it was. Was there somebody actually there? He put her in that tank above?
Bro, stop, bro. I'm claustrophobic if this elevator doesn't let us out.
I'm scared.
Bro, what is happening?
At this point, James and his friend are freaking out because the elevator doesn't seem to be working as it should. This is when at a certain point the elevator stops, they get out of another elevator in hopes to reach the garage to get out of there and get some snacks. But then, this happens.
Uh-oh.
Now,
This
try
happens.
to go back to the parking garage. Alright. Okay, we're in. I think
Oh.
this takes us to the parking garage, right? So we'll go.
Should.
Parking garage. Okay.
Okay.
Bro.
This actually kind of does feel weird. Like video aside, bro. It was weird.
The second elevator finally takes them to the parking garage, or at least
I think they both
this
went
is what it
swimming too.
says. The door opens. It's not the parking garage. And this
Uh-oh.
is what happens next.
Don't exit. Don't go out.
Okay,
Don't do it. No. No. Get.
Is this the back?
No.
This is back. Get me out of here. Get me the body, bro.
Did you see that? That was a room with a mattress. Did you see anything else? Let me backtrack really quick. Just in case.
Just do that.
You didn't see it.
Just do it here again and now.
Oh, my son is so smart. Let's go.
Or at
Look at
least
this shit.
this. But when the door opens,
This is. How does this happen?
and this is what happens next.
And there's
Go out.
and there's doors over. There's another.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like, but you have to
It
have a
looks like
pass.
It looks like a
Is this
pretty
the back
cool
to the
door.
Yeah, it's like there's a thing that pokes out. It could be buttons, or you could up here. Right?
No, I'm too big.
That is the thing that was poking out.
Looking out, but it'll be too big.
No way.
This is back.
What else
There's
would
a
it be?
door.
Give me the body, bro.
I don't
He's going to 3.
know,
That was not the parking
but
garage.
guys,
What the
look. This is the a usual door in one of those places to the door end of the door frame. Then one of those scanning things would be about that.
Yeah, and sometimes they have a cover so people can't see what you're typing. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know if you've
And
seen
then
it.
from there-
And how used to poke out like that, so it's kind of like instead of doing this and poking your numbers in, it does it for you. Can you do the back thing again so we can look at it again? See it?
Is what happens next.
What the? Okay, this is the
It's a
parking.
pad and it's got a cover on
How
it.
the door is though.
There's a door there. That's where whoever's doing whatever is there comes out.
What the
And only
is that?
he has
That's the
them.
garage. What the is that?
Let me see my service works.
I'm trying to remember what the movie was that we watched. Remember when all these kids were going missing? And then that brother went missing.
Oh,
And then she was the one that found him. Can't remember the name of that movie, but it's kind of, he had the key. He had this. And he'd leave it unlocked on the test. If you come up, then I'm going to kill you. Yeah. She unlocked the key thing. Are you okay?
just my eyes are a little bit dry.
Yeah, mine have been
I didn't.
2,
Why is
3.
it on 3, bro? I didn't.
Uh-oh,
It's on 4.
4?
I didn't. Bro, I didn't hit a button. What is going on, bro?
This is weird.
4.
Now
Well, I'm not
completely
afraid of
freaked
4 'cause
out
it's
and
an
unable
even
to
number.
reach the parking lot, James and his friend leave the elevator.
Like the first P1, but they
Now, even
actually
though
went
this It could be the elevator or some sort of malfunction. It could be the hotel is
Okay, go
somewhat
back.
haunted.
What is this? Bro. Is it
What are we looking at?
C1.
It's not
Okay, go back.
P1.
P1. Here's the door. Here's the thing where you can either scan your card or enter a code. And that could be an eye reader thing. I don't know what the crack that is. Maybe that's the card reader.
So you see P1.
Yeah.
They press the button.
It says, Vince, it's Notch. And this is what happens next.
Hey, look, so
Okay, this is the parking garage?
this back rooms. Oh.
Yo, what the fuck? Is this the back? Dude, this back, give me the bro. What the was that? That was the garage. What the was that? Let me see my service
And leave the elevator or some sort of malfunction.
Back where we was.
It could also be that the hotel is somewhat haunted, being that there are so many supposed haunted hotels.
¿Dónde estás? Mira, mira.
And strange and unexplained happen. This could be just another one of them. But when it comes, paranormal doesn't stop there. Every year, hundreds, if not thousands, of people reach dreams of shadow entities. To this day, it is strongly debated if these shadow entities are bad dreams, or if they are somewhat real.
Nice.
In this next video, a man wakes up late at night, strange noises in one of
What are
his
you doing?
rooms. Check it out. And this is on camera.
Oh, I'm still gonna play.
What? I didn't see any jumps.
In the corner over there. So if you look back. Oh, I saw a shadow person.
I did too.
Wait, shadow bastard.
Turns out it was just a rack of it. Never mind.
It was a rack of lambs. No, it wasn't. It was a stud. Oh.
If we slow the video, we can click what looks like some sort of in
Yeah, we're almost done.
And it
Video. Shadow bastard.
I found a number of reports from people in the world of in certain cultures and beliefs. It's not a good sign to see man. So in this case, it was very unlucky to have caught it on camera. But when it comes to scary, paranormal, doesn't stop there.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Wait for it. I saw
There's an internet profile by the name of Whitney File. She's loading daily vlog videos at her farm of her taking care of the horses, the barn, and that kind of thing. Up until the moment where strange and unexplained things began to occur.
That's in Silo. It's bad.
Nope.
Scared but curious to know exactly what was going on, her son goes inside to check it out, and this is what happens.
Scared. Seriously, guys, that happened in my office earlier for about 30 minutes. Same thing.
Besides the radio turning on by itself and somewhat glitching, she hears what's
Aren't you talking about
No, I'm talking about in my office. I'm trying to fix stuff, and the sound keep like that for like.
I remember when on and out there and saw the radio, like the.
Oh, that's another story. I took the radio to the chicken coops, and I took the cord from the lamp and plugged it into this radio that I turn on to a really good radio station. When I unplugged it, I walked it all the way from the yard and left it, and then went to the bathroom, came back out, and it still said standby. When I looked in the back of it, as it still said standby, there was no batteries. Put the backpack on, looked, it was still saying standby for about 30 minutes. How does that happen if there's no batteries? I don't know.
Sounds like someone calling her. And during that same night, while chatting again, this happens.
Garage. Oh wait. It looks like a garage.
Uh-oh. Wasn't a slight bastard.
At the time, she didn't notice anything strange. She just kept on walking towards the barn,
That's
which
weird.
in my opinion was a good thing. But after double checking the
Killer?
video, it seems as if she captured some sort of entity lurking in the dark. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this one is the real deal.
Is that one of those dudes from Minecraft?
What do
Villager?
you really think is going on here? And have you ever had an
It's gonna
encounter
be a
yourself?
villager at night. Look ahead and everything.
Yeah, but it's no, it.
Now, this is it for now, but we do have more videos. Don't forget to check them out. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications for videos like this.
You guys,
Also,
stop.
an unexplained
Subscribe, yes, subscribe.
And I'll see
that
you
is
guys again.
impossible. That is the channel for you to subscribe to. Seriously, amazing channel. Seriously, you guys, please subscribe to that channel.
Subscribe.
Yeah, I said that like a few minutes ago. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, we'll give it back. It doesn't even work on computers, so I don't know that. All right, you can go now, and I'll catch up with you in just a second. Goodbye, David Bishop. Can you please give me my clip?
It's a little. Yeah, it's
That'd be great.
taken off the clock.
Thanks, boy. No. Thank you. Thank you again for joining me on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. It was so awesome looking at these creepy TikToks and the video at the end. Thank you to our friends on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night Rockies, Twitter, Spreaker, KPNL Radio, Riot Radio, and wherever beyond the Omniverse you've been listening tonight. Wait to do it again tomorrow night when we have story time with me, TessaTNT. Sorry about Chris not being here. It's okay. You know, we all have different things going on. He lost his mom not too long ago, so I totally understand what he's going through. Hopefully he gets better soon, and hopefully on the 18th, Armed Forces Day, everything's gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Don't forget, guys, we're all in this together. Together, we can make the world a bit better. And to my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there's... And I'll see you tomorrow. Same crazy time, same crazy place. Night, live a night. Take care of my